Welcome everyone. Welcome once again to top arithmetic questions which are basically asked in GET examinations. Welcome to part 2. Here we would be featuring another set of 40 good arithmetic questions. I'm Mohit Jain from MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. I welcome you all. As said earlier too, in this part also we would be featuring majorly questions on time and work, time, speed, distance, simple interest, compound interest, ratio, proportion, variation, mixtures, and average percentage profit and loss always form part of these questions. So let's begin now on the note that we know that mathematics is indeed the art of giving the same name to different things. So I also welcome different solutions for the questions. Please do mention that in the comment box if you have some other way, other easy way or different way to solve a question being showcased in this particular video. A house owner was having her house painted. She was advised that she would require 25 kg paint. Allowing for 15% wastage and assuming that the paint is available in 2 kg cans only, what would be the cost of paint purchased if one can cost rupees 16? Okay, suppose she bought X kgs. Now out of this X kgs, 15% is wastage. That should be equals to the paint required for painting the house. That means 0.85x is 25. So how much paint is purchased in kgs? 25 by 0.85. 25 divided by 0.85. 29.42 kgs of paint should be purchased. But she can't purchase 29.42 kg, isn't it? So let me upper bound it to 30 kgs because it's given that paints are only available in cans of 2 kgs. So for 30 kg paints, number of cans required would be 30 by 2, that is 15. And so cost of only paint would be 15 cans at the rate rupees 16 per can. 15 into 16 is rupees 240. Option A fits in. Read this question. This is really very interesting question from Miksha. A contains 100 liter of pure milk. Container A have milk 100 liters. While B contains water 200 liters. 40 liter is removed from A and mixed with B. First, now 40 liter of the resulting solution of B is removed and mixed with A. Second step. This process is repeated indefinitely. It's keep on moving. What is the final percentage of milk in A? What will happen after like 10 times or 20 or 100 or infinity or very large number? What will happen at the end? These kind of question, if we try to solve using 40 liter transferred and the ratio and then again try to build up what will be the ratio once 40 liter is again there in can A, will end up in a mess, isn't it? We'll use a bit of logic here with magic. The logic is worst case scenario. This will help us out in framing what will happen in infinity. Suppose instead of transferring 40 liters, this capacity of jar B is quite large. Then instead of transferring 40 liters, if I transfer the entire 100 liter into jar B, then what will happen in jar B? In jar B, I'll have 100 liters of milk and 200 liters of water. That means milk and water would be in the ratio of 1:2. Okay. Now, if I transfer 100 liter of the mixtures from here into this empty jar A, so what will happen when 100 liter of mixture is transferred? I'll have 100 liter of mixtures, and here milk and water would be in the ratio of 1:2 again. Now again I transfer this 100 liter of mixture here. Then again the ratio become 1:2 in B. And now if I transfer 100 liters from B to A, again I'll have 1:2 ratio of milk and water in can A, isn't it? And as many times I keep on repeating this, the ratio remains same as 1:2 in A, then it will become 1:2 in B, then again 1:2 in A, and it will keep on moving. So, what is the final percentage of milk in jar A? It is 1/3, that is 33.33%. Worst case scenarios always helps. Answer is B. If x upon y plus z minus x equals y upon x plus z minus y equals z upon x plus y minus z is equals to 2k. Which of the following cannot be the value of k? Now we know from the equality of ratios, each ratio should be equals to sum of antecedents, that is x plus y plus z, we call it numerator, divided by sum of consequents. If I add up this, y plus z minus x cancel out, y cancel out, z cancel out, we are left with again one set of x plus y plus z. Okay. So each ratio is x plus y plus z upon x plus y plus z. Now, I can cancel out this x plus y plus z only when it is known that x plus y plus z is not equals to 0. Now, nothing is given about x plus y plus z about whether it is 0 or not. So, let us assume that it is not equals to 0. If it is not equals to 0, then value of each ratio should be 1. That is equals to 2k. Therefore, k is equals to half. Okay. So, k can assume the value half when x plus y plus z is not equals to 0. But as said, we can't take half an assumption when nothing is mentioned in the particular question as far as MCQ are related. So let us see what will happen if x plus y plus z is equals to 0. Then y plus z would be equals to minus x plus z is minus y, and x plus y is equals to minus z. Now, if I put x plus z is equals to minus x here, so this ratio will become x upon minus 2x. Minus x minus 2x, this will be minus half. If I put x plus z is equals to minus y, this will also become y upon minus 2y, that is minus half. If I put x plus y equals to minus z, this will also become z upon minus 2z, that is equals to minus half. That means here in case 2, we will have 2k equals to minus half. That means k is minus 1/4. So k can assume value half or minus 1/4. But it will not assume value 2/3. Option C should be the answer. Every body in motion has two kinds of energy: kinetic energy and potential energy. the total energy of the body equal to the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. Total energy is kinetic plus potential. For a body of a given mass, the kinetic energy is proportional to the square of its velocity or speed. K is proportional to square of its velocity. And potential energy is proportional to the height from the ground. Is proportional to height from the ground. A body of a certain mass moving at a speed of 4 and at a height of 3 above the ground has a kinetic energy of 200 units. So 200 units kinetic energy, let it be K1 into, what was the velocity? Velocity was 4 units, 4 is square. That means K1 constant 1 for the first frame is 200 by 16, 450, so that is 12.5. Okay. And the total energy is 950 units. If total energy is 950 units, that means potential energy should be 950 minus the kinetic energy, that is 750. Now, can I say 750 is equals to another constant K2 into height? Height is given as 3 above the ground, 3 units. That means value of K2 is 250. Now I can write my equation. Total energy is 12.5 V square plus 250 H. What will be the total energy of the same body moving at a speed of 2? 12.5 into 2 is square plus at a height of 5. 250 into 5. Okay, so 4 into 12.5 will give us 50, and 250 into 5 is 1250, so it would be 1300 units. Type in the answer 1300. In a market, the price of medium quantity mangoes is half that of good quantities mangoes. So if price of good quantity mangoes is 2x, we're talking about price, then price of medium quantity mangoes is x. A shopkeeper buys 80 kg of good mangoes. Quantity purchase is 80 kg of good mangoes and 40 kg of medium mangoes. So how much it been paid? 40x for medium and 160x for good mangoes. Total investment 200x in rupees. Then sells all these at a common price, which is 10% less than the price at which he bought the good mangoes. So good mango price is 2x. 10% less means 90% recovery. 1.8x is the selling price. Of how many mangoes? Of 120 kgs of mango. That is the total quantity bought in. 40 plus 80. Okay, so 120 into 1.8 is the selling price. So total selling price of 120 kg is 1.8x into 120. That will give us 216x. Find his overall profit. So obviously he made a profit of 216x minus 200x by 200x cost price into 100, we'll get profit percentage. 16 by 2, that is 8%. Option B. If Tina sells 60 identical toys at a 40% discount on printed price or marked price, then she makes a profit of 20%. I'll stop here. I'll use my rule 3 to actually find out that how much is the marked up price. Actual profit is marked price minus discount minus MP into D by 100. Actual profit made by Tina is 20%. Marked up we don't know. discount offer 40% minus 40 m by 100. So 60 equals 60 m by 100. M is 100%. She marked up everything by 100%. So let me assume CP is 100. Then retail price or the marked price is 100 plus 100, that is 200. She make a profit of 20%. That means profit per unit is rupees 20. Now 20 into 60 is how much? 1200. This is the total profit made by her by selling 60 toys and offering 40% discount on the printed price. 10 of these toys are destroyed in fire. Now she is left with only 50 units. While selling the rest, how much discount should be given on the printed price? See, the printed price is 200, it's not changing. So that she can make the same amount of profit. How much she want in return as revenue? Revenue from 50 units. How much does she is expecting? She is expecting the full recovery of cost price of 60 units, 60 into 100, and the profit of 1200. That means she is expecting 7200 from the revenue of 50 units. So selling price of 1 unit should be 7200 by 50, that is rupees 144. So how much discount she is ready to offer? Printed price is 200, isn't it? So 200 minus 144, that is 56 rupees of discount is what she can offer. Now how much is 56 on the printed price? 56 by 200 into 100 is 28%. She can offer a discount of 28% now only, so that she is making the same amount of profit as before. Option D fits in. A class consists of 20 boys and 30 girls. Boys and girls. Boys are 20, girls are 30. In the mid-semester examination, the average score of girls was 5 higher than that of boys. So let's average score of boys was X, then girls was X plus 5. In the final exam, however, the average score of girls dropped by 3. That means their average score becomes X plus 5 minus 3, that is X plus 2. While the average score of the entire class increased by 2. Okay, so let me first find what was the score of the entire class in the mid-semester. Entire class score would have been 20x plus 30x plus 150 divided by 50. That is 50x by 50 is x plus 3. That was the average score of entire class. Now the average score of class have increased by 2. That means now the new average of the class is x plus 5. The increase in the average score of boys is, let the new average score of boys is y, then we can have this equation na, 20y plus 30 into x plus 2 by 50 equals to new average x plus 5 of the entire class. So 20y plus 30x plus 60 is 50x plus 250, 20x 190. So y is x plus 190 by 20 is 9.5. So average of boys should be x plus 9.5. So the increase in the average score of boys is 9.5. Option C fits in. If A, B, C are three positive integers such that A is to B is 3 is to 4 and B is to C is 2 is to 1, then which one of the following is a possible value of A plus B plus C? Can we just find the joint ratio quickly? Yes, we will have 6, 8, 4. That means joint ratio is, if I divide this by 2, 3 is to 4 is to 2. So if I take common ratio x, A plus B plus C should be 3x plus 4x plus 2x, that is 9x. That means sum A plus B plus C is a multiple of 9. 2 plus 0 plus 1 is 3, it is not divisible by 9. 2 plus 0 plus 5 is 7, not divisible by 9. 2 plus 1 plus 0 is 3, again not divisible by 9. 207 is, sum of digits is 9, which is divisible by 9. So 207 can be the value of A plus B plus C. Why we are looking out like this? Because all these are positive integers. Values of A, B, C can't be in fraction. Option C fits in. Gargi, Tina and Manna invested money in the ratio, investment ratio, 3 is to 4 is to 5 in fixed deposits, having respective annual interest rates of 6 is to 5 is to 4. Now what would be the return ratio? Return ratio is simply investment into interest rate ratio. That would be 18 is to 20 is to 20, or return ratio would be 9 is to 10 is to 10. What is the total interest income in rupees after a year if Tina's interest income exceeds Gargi by 250? Tina's income exceeds Gargi, that means 10 minus 9 equals 1 point ratio difference is equals to 250. Then what is the total income of all three? 10 plus 10, 20 plus 29. So if 1 point difference is 250, 29 points will correspond to 29 into 250, that is 7250. So whether it is on compound interest or simple interest hardly matter, because the question is only for a year. So we can do it straight away like this. 7250 would be the total interest income of all three. Option D. A person invested a total amount of rupees 15 lakh. A part of it was invested in a fixed deposit, earning 6% annual interest, and the remaining amount was invested in two other deposits in the ratio 2 is to 1. Okay, remaining amount is in the ratio 2 is to 1. Earning rates are 4% and 3% respectively. If the total annual interest income is 76,000, then the amount in rupees invested in fixed deposit, we need to find this. Okay, can I find the weighted return from the investment of part B? That should be 2 into 4 plus 1 into 3 by 2 plus 1 is 3. 8 plus 3 is 11 by 3. So weighted return from part B should be 11 by 3%. And return from part A is 6%. Now overall return is 76,000. So I can use rule 6 here, all in process. What would be the return on 15 lakh if invested at 6%? It would be 90,000. I'm using all in concepts, the line concepts of rule 6, all in. What will happen if all in is given to that respective part in the mixture? So if the entire 15 lakh is invested at 6%, I should get 90,000 as the return. Now others, if the entire 15 lakh is invested in type B type of investment, I should get 15 lakh into 11 by 300 as return. 0 gone, it would be 5,000. That is 55,000 should be my return. But how much is the interest income? 76,000. So based on these three, if I use my butterfly in all-in concept, the ratio which I'll get would be the ratio of the money invested in fixed deposits and other categories, that is type B. 90 minus 76 will give me 14,000, and 76 minus 55 will give me 21,000. So I can see the investment is in the ratio of 3:2. So how much is invested in FD? Investment in FD is 3 by 5 of 15 lakh. That is 9 lakh. Since type in the answer is there and we need to type in the amount in rupees, answer is 9 lakh. Rajni and Gargi are among 22 students who write an examination. Rajni's score is 82.5 and let's Gargi's score is X. So we have 20 more students and their average score is S. Okay, so the total score is 20S. The average score of 21 students other than Gargi is 62. That means 20S plus 82.5 by 21 is equals to 62. Done. The average score of all 22 would be 82.5 plus X plus 20S divided by 22. This is average score of all 22. This is one more than average score of 21 students other than Rajni. So this is X plus 20S by 21. One more than this, plus 1. Now, shall we solve this now? For 2. That is 51. The score of Gargi is 51, option A. Interesting sum in the sense that volume and mass both are involved in this particular mixture sum. A chemist mixes two liquids 1 and 2. 1 liter of liquid 1 weighs 1 kg, fine with this, and 1 liter of liquid 2 weighs only 800 grams. This is not good. If half of the liter of mixture we have, suppose this is A and B, half liter of that mixture weighs 480 grams. Okay. Now, what is the percentage of liquid 1 in the mixture in terms of volume? Let's use our rule 6 once again. But how? Suppose if I mix this 1 liter of A and 1 liter of B, what would be my weight? Weight would be 1800 grams. Isn't it? If entire 1 liter and 1 liter is mixed. Cut to. This is like half a liter of mixtures. So if I have 1 liter and 1 liter, that is 2 liter. Suppose I mix them up 2 liters. This is half liter mixture which weight is 480 grams. What would be the weight of 2 liter of such a mixtures? 480 into 2, that is 1920 grams. If I have taken 2 liters of this mixture, the weight should be 1920 grams, or we can start with only 1 liter also. What if the entire mixture is of type A? What would be the weight of 2 liters of such mixture? It would be 200 grams. And what if the entire 2 liter is of type B? It should be 1600 grams. But our mixtures of 2 liter is 1920 grams, isn't it? Difference 320, difference 80, ratio 4:1 by volume. How much is liquid A in the mixture? 4 by 5 as proportion, that is 80%. Option C fits in. On selling a pen at 5% loss, that means minus 5p by 100, and a book at 15% gain plus 15b by 100, Gargi gains rupees 7. This is equals to 7. Can I write this as minus 5p plus 15b is equals to 700, where p and b are respectively the cost price of pen and a book. If she sells the pen at 5% gain, that means 5p by 100, and the book at 10% gain plus 10b by 100, she would have gained rupees 13. So we have another equation, 5p plus 10b is 1300. Can I add them up? Then I'll have 25b equals 2000. B is 2000 by 25. That is 80. Okay, cost price of B is 80. Now what is asked? What is the cost price of the book? Okay, brilliant. We have the answer. Cost price of book is rupees 80. Option A fits in. A 20% ethanol solution is mixed with another ethanol solution, say S of unknown concentration, in the proportion 1:3 by volume. This mixture is then mixed with an equal volume of 20% ethanol solution. So now we have one more 20% ethanol solution, equal volume. So let me take this as a 1 liter, this as 3 liters, and then this as 4 liters. Okay, so this would be in the ratio 1:3:4. If the resultant mixture is 31.25%, how much is 31.25%? It would be 3125 by 100 into 100. If I divide 25 by 4, 25, 3125 would give me 125. Again, this is 5 and 4. So actually 31.25% is 5 by 16 as a fraction. So now if I find the weighted concentration of these three combined together, that weighted concentration of S should be 5 by 16. So how much is the ethanol? Weighted combination of ethanol should be 5 by 16. In 1 liter, 20% means 1 by 5, plus S percent in 3 liter is 3S by 100, plus 20% in 4 is 4 by 5. So this much is out of total volume, that is 8 liters. This fraction should be 5 by 16, isn't it? So let's solve this. 2. So we have 2 by 5 plus 4 into 2 is 8, that is 10 by 5 will give me 2, plus 6S by 100 is equals to 5, or 6S by 100 is equals to 3, 2 times, and this is 50, therefore S is equals to 50. Find the unknown concentration of S. Unknown concentration of S is 50%, option C. Two types of tea, A and B, are mixed and then sold at rupees 40 per kg. Selling price of mixture is rupees 40 per kg. The profit is 10% if A and B are mixed in the ratio 3:2, and profit is 5% if this is mixed in the ratio 2:3 and sold at rupees 40 per kg. The cost price per kg of A and B are in which ratio? Let the cost price of A and B be A and B respectively. Then we know that cost price into 100 plus profit by 100 is equals to selling price. So this would be cost price of mixture and this is selling price of mixture. So what is the first set of information giving us? It is 3:2. So can I say 3A plus 2B upon 3 plus 2 is 5, that is cost price of the mixture, into 100 plus 10 by 100 is equals to selling price of the mixture, that is 40. Okay, this is 110. So let me make it 11. So I have 33A plus 22B equals 400 into 5 is 2000. That is the first equation we have. Now the second set of information says if these two are mixed in the ratio 2:3, then it would be 2A plus 3B upon 5. We'll get a profit of 5%. 105 by 100 would be equals to 40. Correct? 521 times 520. So 42A plus 63B equals 4000. That is equation 2. Now I need to find the ratio of the cost price. So shall I equate 1 and 2? Yes, we can equate it. This is 2000, this is 4000. If I multiply this by 2, then this will also become 4000. So I can equate these two. So what we have after equating 1 and 2 is 2 times 33A plus 22B equals 42A plus 63B. 66A minus 42A is 63B minus 44B. So this gives 24A is 19B. That means A is to B is 19 is to 24. That fits in option C. Deepti borrowed rupees 2,10,000 from a bank at an interest rate of 10% per annum compounded annually. The loan was repaid in two equal installments, the first one after 1 year and the second one after another year. The first installment was interest of 1 year plus part of the principal amount, while the second was the rest of the principal amount plus due interest thereon. Then each installment is. Whenever money is borrowed at compound interest and we are paying it off in equal installment, the easiest way out is to use this particular present value format. Loan amount equals summation of installment upon 1 plus I to the power n, or let me make it x, where x equals to 1 to n, if it is being repaid in n equal installment. In our case, n is 2, we are repaying it in 2 equal installment, and I is 10%, 10% is 0.10 because I equals to r by 100. And in our case, x will assume value 1 and 2. Loan amount is 2,10,000. So 2,10,000 should be equals to A upon 1 plus 0.1, that is 1.1, plus A upon 1.1 whole square. 1.1 whole square is 1.21. So let's take LCM 1.21. So it would be 1.1A plus A, that is 2.1A upon 1.21. Therefore A would be simply 2,10,000 into 1.21 divided by 2.1. And yes, our dost is here. Let's see. 2,10,000 into 1.21 divided by 2.1 is 1,21,000. So installment amount is 1,21,000. Since it is a theta type question, each installment is maybe in rupees, it would be given to us. We'll feed in 121,000. Gargi borrows rupees X from Arhit. Arhit have given money to Gargi at the rate of 8% annual interest. Rupees X. Gargi then add rupees Y to it of her own and lends X plus Y to Tina at the rate 10% annual interest. At the end of the year, after returning Arhit's due, the net interest retained by Gargi is same as that accrued to Arhit. Stop. Let's frame this equation first. How much is the earning of Gargi? 10%, that is 0.1 of X plus Y. How much she is supposed to pay back to Arhit? 8%, 0.08 of X. After paying back, what she is left with, the net interest retained by Gargi, is same as accrued to Arhit. So that is equals to 0.08x. From here, we can have the ratio of x is to y, isn't it? So 1 by 10 into x plus y would be, add up 0.16, 16 by 100x. So we have 10x plus 10y equals 16x, or 5y will be equals to 3x from first equation. On the other hand, had Gargi lent rupees x plus 2y to Tina at 10%, that means in this case her income is 0.1 of x plus 2y minus 0.08x, then the interest retained by her would have increased by rupees 150. So this should be equals to 0.08x plus 150. So x by 10 plus y by 5 equals 16x by 100 plus 150. We are looking out for x plus y. Okay, so from here, what is the value of x we have? X is 5y by 3. Okay, so, or y is 3x by 5. That would be easy to put up. Yes, so x by 10 plus 3y by 5 into 5 is 25 minus 16, or let me write it at 3x, 16x by 100 is 150. So I'm multiplying throughout by 100. 10x plus 12x minus 16x is 15,000. 22 minus 16 is 6. So we have 6x equals to 15,000. X would be 2500. Yes? Okay. So we have x. So y is 3 into 2500 by 5. That would be 1500. So what is x plus y? X plus y is 2500 plus 1500, that is 4000. Since theta is there, we'll type in 4000. Answer is asked in rupees. Now all the interests are compounded annually doesn't make sense here, because since all the data is for 1 year, simple interest, compound interest, both calculation remain same. So it's of no use here. Even if like simple interest is written, we will end up getting the same result. Answer would be 4,000. Ankita consumed the entire quantity of apple juice in a bottle in 6 days. In 6 days, all apple juice is consumed. On each day, starting from the second day, she consumed 2 liter more than one third of the apple juice remaining in the bottle at the beginning of that particular day. So, if at the beginning of that particular day there is X liter, on that day she would be consuming X by 3 plus 2 liters. How many liters of apple juice did she have in the bottle at the beginning of the fourth day? Now, if I'll start from the top and assume that there is X liter of apple juice there in the bottle, it would be tedious equation we would be framing. So it's always advisable to do the reverse working. What had happened on the sixth day? Yes, what had happened on the sixth day? Suppose at the beginning of the sixth day, there was X liter juice available in the bottle. She consumed one third of that and 2 more liter. And what happened due to this? Due to this, now there is no juice left in the bottle. So with this, we can find how much was the juice in the beginning of the sixth day, isn't it? Now how we'll get this? X should be equals to X by 3 plus 2. That is 2X by 3 is 2. X is 3 liters. Sixth day, kick start with 3 liter juice. Again, reverse working for fifth day. Suppose it was Y liter at the beginning. She consumed Y by 3 plus 2, but she is left with 3 more liters. Thus, we can say that Y equals Y by 3 plus 5. That means 2Y by 3 is 5. Y is 15 by 2, that is 7.5 liter. It was 7.5 liter at the beginning of the fifth day. Similarly, let Z was the volume of the juice at the beginning of the fourth day. Then Z should be equals to Z by 3 plus 2 plus 7.5, isn't it? 2Z by 3 is 9.5. Z equals 28.5 by 2, that is 14.25 liters. Ankita kickstart day 4 with 14.25 liters of juice. How many liters of apple juice did she have in the bottle at the beginning of the fourth day? 14.25 liter. Option C fits in. Bottle 1 contains a mixture of milk and water in the ratio of 7:2, and bottle 2 contains a mixture of milk and water in the ratio of 9:4. In what ratio the volumes of the two bottles, bottle 1 and bottle 2, be combined to get a mixture of milk and water in the ratio 3:1? So, can we straight away use rule 6, butterflies? Whenever we are mixing two mixtures, we need to be very much sure that we are not mixing them in mixer. It should be, we will take the how much part is there in of milk in bottle 1, how much part is there of milk in bottle 2, and how much part we require of the milk in the final mixture. So proportion of milk in the first mixture is 7 by 9. In the second mixture, proportion of milk is 9 by 13. And the proportion of milk required in the end is 3 by 4. Now we can use butterflies, and whatever ratio we'll get would be the ratio in which these two liquids should be mixed. 28 minus 27 is 1, 1 by 36. Then 36 minus 39 is 3, 3 by 4 into 13. 4 on 9. So we have ratio 27 is to 13. Yes, option B fits in. What we have taken, milk, milk and milk and its proportion. What if we take water, water and water? H1, H2 and water in the final mixture. So water in the first mixture is, we are talking about proportion, 2 by 9. Proportion of water in the second mixture is 4 by 13. And proportion of water needed in the final mixture is 1 by 4. If we use the same process, we'll end up getting the same result. 16 minus 13, 3 by 4 into 13. 8 minus 9, 1 by 4 into 9. Cancel out 4. 9 into 3, 27. And 13 into 1 is 13. So 27 is to 13 is the ratio in which these two should be mixed. A tank has an inlay. Inlay means this would be pumping water inside the tank, pipe, and an outlay pipe, maybe a tap. If the outlay pipe is closed, the inlay pipe fills the empty tank in 8 hours. And if the outlay pipe is open, then the inlay pipe fills the empty tank in 10 hours. That means if these two pipes are working, so when pipe A, that is inlay pipe, is working, it will take 8 hours. And when inlay and outlay pipe are working together, it will take 10 hours to fill the tank. Okay. So, first of all, I need to know that how much time this outlet pipe will take to empty the full tank. And based on that, the question is asked, isn't it? What is the question? If only the outlet pipe is open, then in how many hours the full tank becomes half full? I need to subtract these two. If I subtract these two, I'll get B. Okay. LCM 8 and 10, we will use rule 8 is 40. 40 by 8 is 5. 40 by 10 is 4. Since I'm subtracting, 5 minus 4 is 1. So time taken by B to empty the entire tank would be 40 by 1, that is 40 hours. One might also use the direct formula for that if A plus B is X and A is Y, then B is given by product by difference. You can also use this here. 8 into 10 is 80 and 10 minus 8 is 2, so you'll get 40. So outlay pipe can empty the entire filled up tank in 40 hours. Now the question is, in how many hours the full tank become half full if only outlay pipe is open? So we'll just also half the time, that would be 20 hours. Option A. In an election of 3 candidates A, B and C, A gets 50% more votes than B. Suppose B gets X votes, then A gets 50% more. That means X plus 50% more. That would be 1.5x. He also beats, he means A, C by 240,000 votes. That means C would have got 1.5x minus 240,000 votes. C beats B by 5 percentage points. It means that C minus B by T, T stands for total number of votes, into 100 is equals to 5 percentage points. Now first we need the value of T. T is total of A, B and C. That would be 3 plus 1, 4. 4x minus 240,000. Difference between C and B. Difference between C and B would be 1.5x minus x. That is 0.5x minus 240,000 by 4x minus 240,000 is 5%. 5% is 1 by 20. If I take common 4, it would be x minus 60,000. Cancel out here 5 times. So I have 2.5x minus 2 lakh 40 into 5 is 12 lakhs equals x minus 60,000. 1.5x is 11,040. 1.5x is 11 lakhs 40,000. So x should be 11 lakh 40,000 divided by 1.5. That gives 7 lakh 6,000. 7 lakh 60,000. Okay. Find the number of boats polled. That means we are looking out for the value of t. So value of t should be 428 and 240. 30 lakhs 40,000 for 4x minus 2 lakh 40,000. So that's give us 28 lakhs. Yes, that is in option A. Out of shirts produced in a factory, 15% are defective. Defective 15%. While 20% of the rest, 20% of the rest are sold in domestic market. Sold in domestic market are 20% of the rest. Rest is 85%. So 20% of 85% is 17%. Of the remaining, so how much would be the remaining? 15 plus 17 is 32%. That means remaining is 68%. 8840 shirts, not shorts, shirts are left for exports. That means 88% is 8840. Pardon, 68% is 8840. Then find the number of shirts produced at the factory. 100% would be 8840 by 68 into 100. And let me have my dost with me. 8840 into 100 divided by 68 is 13,000. Number of shirts produced in the factory are 13,000. Option B. The profit in rupees is 3 times the discount offer in rupees. That means if discount offered is rupees X, then profit earned is rupees 3x. Okay. If discount offered is 6.25%, discount is always offered on the marked price, isn't it? How much is 6.25% as fraction? That is 1 by 16. That means marked price minus 16th part, that is discount, is equals to the selling price. That will come afterward. But 1/6 of marked price, 1/16th of marked price is equals to rupees X. Therefore, marked price is 16x. Isn't it? Marked price is 16x, profit is 3x, discount is x. So marked price minus discount is the selling price. So selling price should be what? Selling price should be 16x minus discount, that is 15x. Now what should be the cost price? Cost price is selling price plus profit. Okay, that is 15x plus 3x. Selling price minus profit, sorry. So cost price is 12x. Profit percentage is profit divided by cost price into 100. Profit is 3x. Cost price is 12x into 100. 1 by 4 part of 100 will give us what? 25%. Option D fits in. Gargi has only three types of footwear: shoes, let it be A, slippers B, and sandals C. All her footwear except X are slippers. Except X are slippers. Means B plus C, isn't it? B plus C should be equals to X. No? Let's see. All her footwear except X are slippers. So we'll leave slippers B. Then A and C should be equals to 35. A and C should be equals to 35. Now from where I get 35? It is given here. X is to Y is to Z is 35, 22, 27. Let it be 35P. All except Y are shoes. Which are shoes? These are shoes. So all except Y's are shoes. That means B plus C is equals to Y. B plus C is Y and Y proportionate 22. Let it be 22P. All except Z are sandals. These are sandals. So all except Z are sandals. That means A plus B should be equals to Z. And Z is 27P. Very good. Now we have these three equations regarding A, B and C. Then what is the ratio of number of shoes? Shoes means A, and number of sandals, sandals is C. We are looking out for A is to C. Okay. If I subtract these two, what I'll get? A plus C minus B minus C is A minus B. That would be 35 minus 22. That would be 13P. Okay. Now I have A plus B is 27P. If I add up, 2A is equals to 40P. A is equals to 20P. A is 20P. I need C. I can get C from here. A plus C is 35P. That means C equals to 15P. C is 15P. So if I cancel this out with help of 5, I'll get 4 and 3. Ratio of A is to C, or number of shoes to the number of sandals with her, is 4 is to 3. Option B fits in. That's the answer. In an examination, the maximum possible score is N, while the pass mark is 45% of N. Passing marks are 45 N by 100. That is 9 N by 20. 45%. A candidate obtained 36 marks but falls short of pass mark by 68%. That means his score is actually 36 plus something short than pass mark. This is his score. Now what is his score? What is S in his score? S is 68% of pass mark. He falls short by 68% of the pass mark. So S is 68% of pass mark. So can I say this 36 is 100 minus 68, that is 32% of pass mark? Yes. If he falls short by 68% of pass mark, that means 36 is 32% of pass mark. So pass mark is 9N by 20. 32% is 32 by 100. Should be equals to 36. So can we calculate this now? 4, 5, 4 is 8 times. 9, 4, 2, and this is 50. So we have N is equals to 250. Which of the following is correct? N is less than 200, no. N is greater than 253, no. N lies between 201 to 242 out, N lies between 243 to 252 is in, because N value is 250. Option C fits in, and that's the answer.
A wholesaler bought walnuts and peanuts. The price of walnut per kg being thrice that of peanut per kg. Let's price of peanut be X rupees per kg, and then the price of walnut would be 3x rupees per kg. He then sold 8 kgs of peanuts, 8 kgs of peanuts at a profit of 10% and 16 kgs of walnuts at a profit of 20%. Fine. So what would be the selling price of walnuts? That would be 3x into 16 into 20%, that means into 1.2, 3.6 into 16, 3.6 into 16, 57.6, and the selling price for peanuts would be, selling revenue rather, x into 8 into 10% profit means 1.1, so that is 8.8x. So total revenue generated by the wholesaler would be zero point 0.4 and 116 and 6. 66.4x. Yes? Okay. So till here we are done. Now this is the cost price of shopkeeper. This is selling price of wholesaler. So this must be cost price of shopkeeper. However, the shopkeeper lost 5 kgs of walnut. Okay, so the total purchase was 24 kgs. Now, what is happening with shopkeeper? Lost 5 kgs of walnuts and 3 kgs of peanuts in transit. That means he lost 8 kgs of nuts. So he went in with 24 minus 8 is 16 kgs of nuts. I'm talking about nuts, not all combined. He then mixed the remaining nuts and sold the mixture as rupees 166 per kg. Okay, so now what is the sales revenue as far as shopkeeper is concerned? 16 into 166, isn't it? That should be 2656. Thus making an overall profit of 25%. So this is after you make a profit of 25%. Obviously, profit is always on the cost price. So can I say 66.4x, that is cost price to the shopkeeper, into 1.25 should be equals to 2656, isn't it? So we can solve this equation and can find the value of x. Let's use my dost. So we have 2656 divided by 1.25. That's the overall cost price now. Now if I divide this by 66.4, we have x equals to 32. Now the question, at what price in rupees per kg did the wholesaler buy the walnuts? That means the question is related to wholesaler. Wholesaler have purchased walnut at 3x rupees per kg. So 3 into x would be rupees 96 per kg is the cost price of walnuts to the wholesaler. Option C fits in. A trader sells 10 liter of mixtures of A and B paints where the amount of B in the mixture does not exceed that of A. That means by weight, A should be greater than or equals to B, but A cannot be less than B. B does not exceed that of A. The cost of paint A per liter is rupees 8 more than that of paint B. So cost of paint A is rupees 8 more than B. So let me take it x plus 8 and cost of B is rupees x per liter. If the trader sells the entire mixture means 10 liters for rupees 264. So selling price for 10 liters is rupees 264 and makes a profit of 10%. Okay, so cost price of 10 liter would be SP into 100 upon 100 plus P, isn't it? 264 into 100 by 110. 11 2 times and 4 times, that is 240. So cost price of the entire mixture is 240 and I said cost price per liter is rupees 24. This is now what we have. Then the highest possible cost of paint B can be. Now I will use again my rule 6 butterfly from the jungle rule. X plus 8 mixed with X to get 24. And what is the basic rule for using this cross diagram, butterfly diagram, jungle rule is that out of these two, one should be greater than the average and one should be less than the average, isn't it? The average always lies between the two given numbers. So it's quite evident that x plus 8 should be greater than 24 and x should be less than 24. Then only the average of x plus 8 and x would come to 24 with some weights. So x should be greater than 24 minus 8 is 16 and x is less than 24. That means x should lie between 16 and 24. Not an equals to sign. It is lying between 16 and 24. Now, so easily I can cancel out option 16 and 26 also. The question asked is highest possible cost of paint B, sorry, and that is rupees x per liter. We are trying to identify the value of x. Okay. Now, if we select 22 as an option, suppose, then 22 plus 8 is how much? 30 and x is 22. So, okay, fine. Average can be 24. Average 24 is permitted for this is A and this is B. So, if I use my cross diagram, butterfly diagram, it would be 6 and it would be 2. It would be in the ratio of 1 is to 3. But this is our prima facie condition given that A should be greater than or equals to B. If we are using A and B in the ratio 1 is to 3, it is not following this given condition. That means 22 is not the answer. We are left with 20. Let's check this once. If x is 20, it is 28, 20, and the average is 24. Here difference is 4. Here difference is 4. That is 1 is to 1. Quite possible. Out of the given option, 20 best fits in. Okay. Now, we can use the concept also to find the maximum value or maximum value of x. And that happens to be, since x plus 8 and x is there, 24 is the average of x plus 8 and x. So maximum value of x would be just achieved when 24 would be at the center. That is the simple logic. And we have proved that logic. Actually, that should be 1 is to 1. So 2x plus 8 is 48. That should give us the maximum value of x. That is 48 minus 8 is 40. Divided by 2 is 20. Such that the value of b is not empowering the value of a. 1 is to 1. It cannot be more than that. Okay. So this is the line where we should be putting this 24 so that we have more of weight, more of mass weight on A side and not on B side. So if I start moving towards X, okay, then the distance from A side would increase. That would tend us to have the weight on B more than weight on A. That is simple mass proportionality theorem, you can call it something like that. Okay, so and if I keep on moving towards A, what will happen? The value of A will keep on increasing and value of B will keep on decreasing to keep the balance. Fine. So you can use any concept or you can use the direct options. So option C is selected and answer is 20.
A student appears for a certain number of tests. His average score increases by 1 if the first 10 tests are not considered. So let me have a table first. Number of tests, averages in the test, and then we'll calculate total also. His average score increases by 1 if first 10 tests are not considered. Suppose he have taken n test. And the average for n test is A. 10 tests. And if we leave these 10 tests, then the average for the remaining test would be more than, okay, if first 10 tests are not considered, average would increase by 1. Fine. And decreases by 1 if the last 10 tests are not considered. Suppose these are the last 10 tests. If we are not considering these tests, then the average for these people would decrease by 1 rather. If his average score for the first 10 and the last 10 tests are 20 and 30. Okay, now this is given, this is 20 and this is 30. So the total for the first 10 tests would be 200 and the total for the next 10 tests is 300. Now since there are n tests, can I say the remaining are n minus 20 tests? And let the average of the remaining be x. Then what is the total here? X into n minus 20. Great. Now we'll go back again and try to frame equations. His average score increases by 1 if the first 10 tests are not considered. That means what? Total of these tests is x into n minus 20 plus 300 when divided by these many tests, that is n minus 20 plus 10, n minus 10, then the average is A plus 1. A is the overall average. Similarly, if last 10 tests are not considered, then x into n minus 20 plus 200 by n minus 10, average would be A minus 1. Okay, if I deduct these two, this will help me out in finding out the value of n. Then the total number of tests taken by him. X upon x into n minus 20 by n minus 10 get cancelled out with x into n minus 20 by n minus 10. Plus minus. Now this is 300, this is 200, so I'll get 100. 100 upon n minus 10 equals a minus a cancel out. 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. Okay, so what we have? N minus 10 is equals to 50. So n will be equals to 60. The total number of tests taken by him is 60. Type in the answer 6060. The strength of a salt solution is p% if 100 ml of the solution contains p gram of salt. Okay, information. If 3 salt solutions A, B, C are mixed in the proportion 1:2:3, then the resulting solution has strength 20%. Okay, so let us take the strength of x a be x percent, y is strength of b, and z percent be the strength of c. Then first weighted equation which we would be having is 1 into x plus 2 into y plus 3 into z by 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equals to 20. That means I have x plus 2y plus 3z is equals to 120. First equation. If instead the proportion is 3 is to 2 is to 1, okay, if we change it to 3 is to 2 is to 1, the resulting solution has strength 30%. That means 3x plus 2y plus z would be equals to 30 into 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6, that is 180. So we have two equation now. A fourth solution D is produced by mixing B and C in the ratio 2 is to 7. So D's strength is actually 2 is to 7, that is B and C in 2 is to 7. That would be 2y plus 7z by 2 plus 7 is 9. That would be the strength of D, isn't it? The ratio of strength of D to that of A. That means question asked is, we need to find the value of D's strength, that is 2y plus 7z by 9, and 2a, that is 9x. This is what we are looking out for. 2y plus 7z upon 9x. Now can we have something with these equations? X plus 2y plus 3z is 120. 3x plus 2y plus z is 180. Let me multiply this by 3. Then we will have 3x plus 6y plus 9z is equals to 360. And if I subtract these two, I'll have 4y plus 8z. 8z equals 180. That will give us y plus 2z that will give us y plus 2z is equals to, I need to divide by 4, 45. Okay, so 3 plus 2 is 5 and then 2. If I multiply this by 2, if I subtract these two, I'll get 7. Na? 4y, if I subtract these two, yes, 4y minus 2y is 2y, 8z minus z is z, and 0 minus 3y is minus 3x. So that would be 180 minus 180, that is 0. That means 2y, this one is 7 actually, 8z minus z, 2y plus 7z is equals to 3x. Now I have my answer. My answer is 2y plus 7z is 3x by 9x, that is 1 by 3. So the required ratio is 1 is to 3. Option B fits in. Gargi and Dipti entered into a business investing their capitals in the ratio G is to D. Gx is Gargi's money, Dx is Dipti's money, respectively, and the ratio of time, this is investment, and time. Ratio of time for which they made the investment is 11 is to 9. That means it would be like 11y months or year, whatever, and this is 9y. Total profit made by both of them is rupees 9555. Find the profit share of Deepti. Okay, so they should be sharing the profit in the ratio of investment into time ratio. That would be 11GXY is to 9DXY. That would be 11G is to 9D. They would be dividing the money in this ratio. 11G is to 9D, isn't it? So profit share of Deepti would be 9D by 11G plus 9D into 9555. Is it possible for us now to solve this? We have no hint what is G and what is D. No hints whatsoever is given. It is 9 times D's capital, D part here, divided by 11G plus 9D. Yes, you thought is correct. I won't be able to determine this. Answer should be can't be determined. Tina invests rupees 12,000 at 8% interest compounded annually. 12,000 at the rate 8% per annum CI. And rupees 10,000 at 6% interest compounded semi-annually. 10,000 at 6% compounded semi-annually. So let me make it 3% per half year. Compound interest. Both the investment are for 1 year. Okay, time is 1 year. Manna invests her money at 7.5% simple interest. As far as Manna is concerned, she invests her money at the rate 7.5% simple interest for 1 year again. But how much does she invest? Let's see, invest rupees X. If Tina and Manna get the same amount of interest, then the amount in rupees invested by Manna is how much? We need to find the interest on these two. Interest on 12,000 at 8% per annum simple interest would be 12 into 8 is 960 plus 10,000 3% interest for the first half. 10,000 3% is 300. Then again for the next half 3% interest on 10,000 would be 300. And 3% interest on 300 would be rupees 9. So total interest collected by Tina is 9 and 6, 15, 1569. This is Tina's interest. And the interest collected by Manna would be X into 7.5 by 100 into 1. That is 25 3 times, 25 40. 3x by 40. Now as per the given condition, these two are same. 3x by 40 is 1569. 523. So x is 4 into 3 is 12. 19200. 20,920. Theta option. I'll punch in 20920. That should be the answer. The owner of an antique shop conducts his business in the following manner. Every once in a while he raises his price by X%, and then a while later he reduces all the new prices by X%. Okay, let's the original price be P. Then what will be the price after one such up-down cycle? That would be P into 1 minus X by 100. Reducing. Okay, he is first raising X plus. Then a while later he reduces all the new prices into 1 minus X by 100. This becomes new price after one such up-down. After one such up-down, the price of a painting decreases by 441. that means new price, is 441 less than the original price. That means P minus 441 is P into 1 minus x square by 100. Okay, so if I solve this, what we'll get? P minus px square by 100. So px square by 100 is actually equals to 441. Recorded. After a second up-down cycle, the painting was sold for rupees this much. So price after second up-down cycle would be what? P into 1 minus x square by 100 square. Sorry, this should be 100 square. 1 plus a into 1 minus a is 1 minus a square by 100 square into again 1 minus x square by 100 square. This is equals to 1944.81. Great. Now px square by 100 square is 441. .25. Two cars travel the same distance starting at 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. respectively. On the same day, they reach their common destination at the same point of time. If the first car had traveled at least 6 hours, let us suppose that first car have traveled at least 6 hours means at least 6 hours, then the second car must have traveled 5 hours, isn't it? If the speed of the first one is A and speed of the second is B, then we can say 6A is equals to 5B. Highest possible value of the percentage by which the speed of the second car would exceed that of the first. That means we are looking out for B minus A by A as a percentage. So B by A is 6 by 5. If I subtract 1 from both ends, B minus A by A is 6 minus 5 is 1, 1 by 5. 1 by 5 as percentage is 20%. So the highest possible value of percentage by which the speed of the second car would exceed that of the first car is 20%. Option A. Gargi and her friends start working on an assignment. After they started working, one person leaves the group at the end of every hour. When the assignment was finished, 4 people were left in the group. If Gargi alone can finish the assignment in 202 hours, find the number of persons in the group at the start of the assignment, and nothing is being mentioned about the efficiency of the other people of the group. It is clearly, we can state this from the sum that all people are equally efficient because nothing is mentioned. So Gargi alone can complete this work in 202 hours. Let the job is to produce 202 units, which Gargi is producing in 202 hours. That means efficiency of each person, obviously Gargi and each person, is they are producing 1 unit per hour. Now they started with X number of people. Then after 1 hour, they are left with X minus 1. So since they started with X number of people, work done would also be equals to X units in that particular hour, that is first hour X units, second hour X minus 1 units are completed, in third hour X minus 2 units are completed, and so on. Assignment was finished when 4 people were left in the group. I need to identify what number would be this when we reaches 4, isn't it? Okay. One thing is sure, that addition of these all should be equals to 202, because 202 units is the work which they need to complete, isn't it? And this is the work they are doing. So I need to add 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 till x. That should give me 202. Can I say this total A is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus A minus 1 plus 2 plus 3? Can I say this? This total A is 202, isn't it? Then can I say this particular A is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus A minus 1 plus 2 plus 3? Isn't it? And this should be equals to A, that is 202. Now what is this? If we look clearly, this is summation of first and natural number heading till x. So I can say x into x plus 1 by 2 equals to 202 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 is how much? 6. That is 208. That means we need to find the value of x such that x into x plus 1 by 2 is 208. Bingo. Yes, these all are triangular numbers format question, and these to be tackled with a special technique. Now these are the special triangular number format, as I said. Now how to crack it? It's as simple as water. X would be nothing but this. That's it. Root over 416 is near to which number's root? 20 square is 400, 21 square is 441. So this value would be 20. Okay, question from time and work. A and B are filling pipes. If the bottom 3/4 of the tank is filled up by A and the rest is filled up by B, the tank will be filled in 33 minutes. Let the time taken by A to fill tank A is A minutes and by B is B minutes. Then we can have this first set of equation that 3/4 of the tank is filled by A. That means work done by A is 3A by 4. That would be the time taken by A to do 3/4 of the work. And the time taken by the B to fill 1/4, remaining 1/4 will be B by 4. And this should be equals to 33. If all are in minutes. That means 3A plus B is 33 into 4 is 132. First equation. If the bottom 3/4 of the tank is filled by B and the rest by A, the tank is filled in 27 minutes. That means now A is only filling up 1/4 of the tank, so time taken by A to do that would be 1 by 4A. And B is filling up 3/4 of the tank, so time taken by B is 3B by 4, and this should be equals to 27. So now we have A plus 3B equals 27 into 4. Fine. Find the time that A alone would take. Now we need to solve this and find the value of A. So let me multiply this by 3 so that we can cancel out 3. So 9A plus 3B is 33 into 4 into 3, and A plus 3B is 27 into 4. When we subtract, 8A equals 4 is common, 99 minus 27 is 72. 72 into 4, it gets cancelled 9 times. A equals 36 minutes. A will require 36 minutes if you want A to fill up this tank alone. Option B fits in. Deepti can complete a job in 120 days. Okay, so Deepti is completing job in 120 days. Let my job is to produce 120 units and Deepti's efficiency is 1 unit per day. She works alone on day 1. Day and units. So she works alone on day 1, produces 1 unit. On day 2, she is joined by another person who also can complete the job in exactly 120 days. That means another person efficiency is also like 1 unit per day. So on day 2, 2 units are produced. On day 3, they are joined by another person of equal efficiency. Great. So on day 3, 3 units are produced. And what is the total work to be done? They need to produce 120 units. Like this, every day a new person with the same efficiency joins the work. How many days are required to complete the job? Yes, bingo, you got it. Triangular numbers, and we would get answer in few seconds. Let's the work get completed in x days. Then x into x plus 1 by 2 should be equals to 120, isn't it? The total work done is to produce 120 units. And we know the drill. X is, that's it. That is root over 240. Okay, 240 is more than 15 square, less than 16 square. So value of x is 15. Okay. So a question from time is speed. A man leaves his home and walks at a speed of 12 kph, reaching the railway station 10 minutes after the train had departed. Let's the distance between his home and railway station is d. Then today what had happened? T by 12 is the time taken, which is t plus 10 minutes more than the time by which he should reach, and that is the time of depart of the train. If instead he had walked a speed of 15 kph, he would have reached the station 10 minutes before the train's departure. Very good. So now if he is walking at the speed of 15, so time taken would be d by 15, that is t minus 10 by 60. For the one who are not getting this, is like speed is equals to distance by time, isn't it? So time is nothing but d by s again. We know this. Now the distance in kilometers from his home to the station, we are supposed to find the value of d. Let's subtract these two. So t will vanish. T by 12 minus t by 15, not t, it's d, equals 10 by 60 plus 10 by 60, that is 20 by 60. 15 minus 12 is 3d upon 12 into 15 equals 1 by 3, 3, 5, and here 3 is 4. So d is 4 into 5, 20 kilometers. Type in the answer, 20. A man travels by a motorboat down a river to his office and back. With the speed of the river unchanged, if he doubles the speed of his motorboat, then his total travel time gets reduced by 75%. What is the ratio of the original speed of the motorboat to the speed of the river? Let the speed of the river be r and the motorboat is m. So what happens initially? Let the distance from his office and back, the point be d. Then d upon m plus r plus d upon m minus r is equals to t. Time taken to go downstream plus time taken to come upstream is equals to t initially. Now what he is doing, he is doubling his speed. That means d upon 2m plus r plus d upon 2m minus r. Now this is the new time. New time is 75% reduced from the original time. That means it should be 25% of the original time. That is 1/4 of the original time. That's it. So we have the value of t from here. That is this. If we solve this, left hand side of first equation, we'll get d into m minus r plus m plus r, that is 2m upon m square minus r square, that is t, which is equals to 4 times d into 2m minus r plus 2m plus r, that is 4m upon 4m square minus r square. If we can solve this, we can find the value of m is to r. Let's do it. D cancel 2m, so this is 2. So now this is 8. 8m square minus 8r square equals 4m square minus r square. So we have 4m square is 7r square. M square by r square is 7 by 4. That is duplicate ratio of m is to r. So m is to r is subduplicate of 7 by 4. That would be root 7 is to 2. Option B fits in. A motorbike leaves point A at 1 p.m. and moves towards B at an uniform speed. A car leaves point B at 2 p.m. and moves toward A at an uniform speed double that of motorbike. So let's motorbike speed is s, then car's speed is 2s. They meet at 3:40 p.m. Suppose meeting point is this, that is at 3:40 p.m. That means motorbike must have traveled 2 hours 40 minutes to reach at this point, and car have traveled 1 hour 40 minutes to reach point M. At a point 168 kilometer away from A. Okay, this is 168 kilometers. What is the distance in kilometers between A and B? Let the distance from M and B be D. Okay, now first thing first, we know that when they are meeting at this point, what is the time taken by A to come to point M? Would be 168 by S. Now that time is 2 hours 40 minutes. 2 hours is 120 plus 40 is 160. That is 160 minutes. So can I say it is like 160 by 60 hours. Similarly, the distance traveled D at a speed of 2s have taken how much? 1 hour is 60 plus 40 is 100 minutes. 100 by 60. Now I need to find the value of D. To find that, let me eliminate S. So value of S is actually 168 into 6 by 16. If I substitute this here, D equals 2 into S into 100 or 10 by 6. 6 cancel out. This is 4 and 442. 2 21. So D is 210 kilometers. Now distance between A and B is 168 plus 210, that is 378 kilometers. Option B fits in. A beautiful question from Time and Work to test our concepts. 3 persons worked together for 30 days. A, B, C worked together for 30 days. In the course of work, all of them remained absent for few days. All of them were absent for few days. So absent, and let this column be for working days. One of them was absent for 10 days more than the second worker. So let B be the second worker. He was absent for X days. Then A was absent for X plus 10 days. 10 days more. And the third person did 1/3 of the total work. Third person is C. Let he was absent for Y days. Because it's given that all of them remained absent for few days. Now, so the working days for A are 30 minus X minus 10, that is 20 minus X days he worked. B worked for 30 minus X days, and C worked for 30 minus Y days. Now, important information is given regarding C is that he produces 1/3 of the total work. That means 30 minus Y, in 30 minus Y days, suppose he produces 30 minus Y units. If I suppose that Y produces in 30 minus Y units, if his efficiency is 1 unit per day, then 30 minus Y units are equals to 1/3 of the total work. We should always switch on to the units mode. That means total work that need to be completed is 90 minus 3y units. This is the total work to be done, isn't it? That means these two people have produced how much? 2/3 of the total work. These two people have produced 2/3 of the total work. That would be 20 minus x plus 30 minus x is equals to 2/3 of 90 minus 3y. Again, you may ask why I'm adding these, because it's a unit addition. Nothing is mentioned about their efficiencies. If nothing is mentioned about any people efficiency and no hint is given about whether one is more efficient than other, it's always assumed that all people are working with same efficiencies. That means 50 minus 2x equals 30 into 2 is 60 minus 2y. So what we will have? 2y minus 2x is equals to 10. That is y minus x is equals to 5. This is the observation we have by now. Now the question. How many days more than the third person, C was the third person, was the first one absent? A was the first one. Okay, so by how many days more than the third person, A was absent? That means we are looking out for x plus 10, number of days absent by A, minus y. That is x minus y plus 10. Now we have y minus x is 5. That means x minus y is minus 5. This is minus 5 plus 10. That is 5 days. First person was 5 days more absent than the third person. Yes, it is not can't be determined. We can determine this because it depends upon what question is asked, and yes, answer would be 5 days. And yes, thank you everyone for participating, and this time we have giveaways for you. The best comment with the best solution for different questions asked or showcased in this video would lead you to receive a signed copy of our latest book, fiction book, at your doorstep. So do comment and let us know if you have some other solutions to these questions. I hope this video would be of great help to you. I'm Mohit Jain, signing off from MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. I'll see you soon with the next episode of Top 30 Arithmetic Questions to come, Part 3. Thank you everyone.